Hi, it's T with Teaquilts, and today is Tuesday, July 6th, 2021. Here doing just a live chat with everybody. We're going to do birthday shout outs. I don't have an agenda, so we can take questions as well. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload videos and or go live. So I'm going to pull you all up on my cell phone so I can read the chat comments. And turn off my phone notifications. All right, so we're just going to wait for a few more people to come into the chat room. All right. I just kind of ran in here. I've been on my long arm machine, so I haven't like trying to load my third t-shirt quilt. I'm actually quilting the third quilt now, so or just starting. I got it loaded. I did everything but hit the start button. So let's see. So we've got Maddie Barnum. She's saying hello, T and everyone. Hi, Maddie. Damali J says hi, T and T quilters. Deborah Quilts is here saying hi, T and all T quilters. Barbara Rossler is here saying hi, T. Bonita Nance is here, says hey, Miss T and everyone. And Janet Mackerel says hello, everyone. Judy Smith says hi, T and all. And Lynette Williams says hey, everyone, and thumbs up. Thank you, Lynette. So we're just going to wait a few more minutes for people to get in. I see I've got 31. I'm getting more comments, so let me go out and come back into the live chat. Let's see. Judy Plaster says hello from Northern California. Orville. Maxie Doodle is here saying hi, everyone, from the west coast of Florida. Kim Burris is here saying hi, T and Quilty family. Barbara Polk is here saying hi to everyone. So happy for the break. I've been doing color sorting my fabric. What a mess. It's going to be so rewarding when you're done now. Kevin the Quilter is here saying, hey, Miss T and all T Quilters. Katrina says thumbs up, please. Melissa LePage is saying good evening, T and everyone. Melinda C says hello, T and T Quilters from rainy Florida. Kim says that she's finishing another project half done, a patriotic centerpiece. Beverly Akins is here, waving, saying hi, T and T Quilters. Judy is here, saying hello, T and Quilters. Maxie Doodle says joining everyone until power goes out. Oh my gosh, so you have time power outages. I'm guessing. Maria Mayer says happy Tuesday to everyone. Cynthia Shea says good evening all from Chicago. Mary is here saying hi, T. I have a question for you. Miss Marty is going to St. Louis tomorrow, and I was trying to tell her the name of the famous ice cream place there, but don't know the name. What's the name? It's called Ted Drew's Frozen Custard, and it's in South St. Louis she wants to go to Chippewa Street. That's the one. Nisima says, hey, T and everybody. I'm thinking that's the one you want if that's what you're looking for. If it's not, if you're not looking for the custard, let me know. Nisima saying, hey, T and everybody, also waving. Ruth M is here saying, hi, Miss T from Corning, New York. Janice Miller says, hi, T and T Quilters from Southern California. Tiffany's Quilting Life says, hi, T and friends. Thanks, Kevin. He's also assisting. Deborah Sims Brown says, hello, T and everyone from Maryland. And Betsy Lighton's here, says hello all. Happy Tuesday. Hi, Betsy. Ella Odom says good evening, Miss T and Quilters. Books for Mia says hello, Miss T and everyone. Waiting for Elsa to pass by us in Tampa, Florida. Be careful, be safe. Maxie Doodle says we're waiting for a hurricane. Okay. And I haven't even been looking at the news like today at all. I looked last night to get the news, and then when sports came on, I kind of disappeared. So I don't know what's going on. A lot of people are telling them what it is. Oh, she said Teju's on Chippewa. Thanks so much. That's it. Yes. And Chippewa is CHIPPEWA. Tiffany is here. Hi, I think I said that. Linda DeVito saying hi, T and everyone. Welcome from Beverly Hills, Florida. Diana Grant here saying, hey, Miss T, greetings from San Francisco Bay Area. Hello. Cool Gal is here saying hi, T and everyone from hot and humid Maryland. Sandra Acker says hi all. Thumbs up. Thank you, Sandra. Dolores Phelps says hi, T and everyone. Katrina, MST, YouTube doesn't like me. They keep unsubscribing me from all my channels. Thank God I have you on my calendar. Oh my gosh. Some weird things sometimes does happen. So I have no idea what and how YouTube functions, because it's kind of just happening. Things are just happening. So C-Rax says hello everyone. And Mario says hello from Montreal. Hot and humid again today. Picking out fabrics for my New York beauty projects. I got influenced by Deborah's New York Beauty by including some black and white fabrics along bright colors. That's pretty cool. Katrina saying prayers for those in the hurricane path. Thank you, Katrina. And I don't have an agenda. I just showed up for work. I've been busy. I just say what I've been doing in the past week is that I have on the last Saturday sewing chat, I was just sewing squares together. So 15 times 16, whatever that is. I don't feel like doing math right now. I sewed that many squares, and I had a few extras too, but I'm not going to count those since I'm not using them. And then once I had those squares done, they were actually 3-inch squares, and then I cut this into 2.5-inch strips. So they're now rectangles. So that's what I was kind of explaining to you all. And then I have I cut some white fabric, just tone on tone, and I cut 15 of those strips, and I'm in the process of sewing these together. So I was kind of just, I only done like a couple, so I don't even have any press to show you. But then each strip will be pressed to, each red strip will be pressed to a white fabric basically. And these are going to be my stripes. And like I said, I'm not making like a traditional flag with traditional number of stripes. I'm just making this quilt to get to a certain size. And then I still have yet to cut these pieces. I can't, if I'm using the 3-inch squares that I have, I can get 2 half square triangles. But if I try to die cut them, then I can't get 2 half square triangles. So I'm going to have to do those manually instead of using my die cutting system. So that's what the slow up is on these. It's like, well, I'll go ahead and do all the stripes and get those done first. So I've done that. I've also quilted the St. Louis Cardinals t-shirt quilt. I got 3 quilts that are commissioned. I've been sewing them in some of the Saturday Live sewing chats. So that's a good place to go if you want to see those now, because I'm not going to be showing them because I can't show them because I have such a small space in here. But when I do my July completed projects, I will show you those. But I have done these quilts from start to finish. I quilted 2 of the quilts already, the St. Louis Cardinals quilt and the musical quilt. I have those 2 quilted, and I just loaded the hockey quilt today. On the other 2 quilts, I also have the binding put on the front of the quilt. And I'm now holed up from my customer, waiting on them to give me label information. So as soon as I get label information, I like to put the label in the corner before I do the binding all the way around. So I just wait until I get that information, who the quilt's for, how they want their name to be put on the quilt as commissioners, and things like that. So that's kind of the hold up on the quilts. So once I quilt this one, hopefully I'm going to put it on tonight. I'm hoping I'm not going to stay up all night, but we'll see. I stayed up all night last night to do the second quilt, so we'll see if I'm up all night tonight too. But I want to get those 3 quilts quilted so that I can go back and put on my frame the quilt that I made for myself from the fabrics that I got from Judy. As a thank you, she won the quilt that I gave away, and then she in turn sent me fabric from Missouri Star to make a quilt. And so I got that quilt made, had it on my frame quilting it, and that's when my machine malfunctioned right in the middle, well, at the upper third of quilting this quilt. It done 2 rows and then it quit, and it's a large quilt. So I got to go back and find the name of the pattern that I put on there, get everything back lined up, and see if I can get as close as possible to that. So that's going to be the next quilt that go on my frame. And then I have customer quilts that I need to quilt after that. So I got a lot of stuff coming up. I just have been busy, so I didn't even prepare a topic for today because I was actually busy working. Plus we had 4th of July holiday. So I did go visit my sister's house, but I went before the big crowd came, got some food to go for me and my husband. He went too. And we stayed maybe about an hour and a half or something like that. And then we got up out of there because I like to be home when fireworks actually start so that I don't have to drive in them, because once they start popping in our area, which is illegal, but they don't seem to stop till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, which is just crazy. But that's what's going on. So let me go back and read some more. I see some more people have come in. Patricia Carlucio says, hi, she can't from the TV, and we're on the phone. That's funny. That's from Tiffany. Vivian Calvi is here. Hi, Vivian. She says, hi, T and everyone. Elaine Doucette says, hello, all, and Miss T. Hello, hello. Mario says, T, your agenda is to make us happy. You're always successful at that, love. Thank you, Mario. Diana says, 640 squares. Thank you, because it's like I didn't even have the time or patience to even go count how many squares I put into that quilt. So thank you, Diana. Sue says, good evening to all Teaquilters. I started that monumental task of putting fabric on comic book boards. There's a comic shop in the strip mall next to work. Now that's awesome. Angela Stringer says, hey, T and Teaquilters. Hi, Angela. And Tiffany is welcoming everybody. Said, don't forget to give T a thumbs up. Thank you, Tiffany. June Hansen came in, says, hi, T and everyone. Teresa McCormick says, good evening, T and everyone. Happy birthday to the July babies. Yes, we're going to get to that in a second. We've got Sue saying the counter guy said, I don't look like the comic book type, and asked if I was a quilter, laughing out loud. Now, that's funny. My brother is here, says, hey, sis and everyone. Hello to you as well. Mario says, have everyone come have fun on T's Facebook page, and he's giving you the group link for that. So I'll pin that since I didn't do it. Thank you, Mario. Appreciate that. And Tiffany is also reminding people she's put it too, to make sure you answer the 3 questions, which is true. If you don't, you won't get added. That way I can keep the spammers out. If they can't tell me a quilting term, then I don't let them into the group. And Tiffany is laughing at them, saying they did it at the same time. Phyllis G is here saying, hi, T and everyone. Hi, Phyllis. Kim Burr says, hello, everyone joining. Remember to thumbs up. Thank you, Kim. And Memoirs of a Longworm Quilter, Stephanie says, hey, T and everyone. Helena Carter says, hi, T and all T quilters. Hello to you. And I think that's it. I think Mary is talking to Tiff. So, birthdays for the month of July, because that's all I have. And we got quite a few. We've actually got 12 of them. So I thought this is like July is the biggest month for me to have to do birthday shout outs. So I'll read these out, and then I don't have anything in here as a gift. So I will just tell people to let me know what's your favorite colors, and I'll send you a Patrick Luce yard of fabric or something like that, because I didn't pull anything out to even show. So you get your choice this time if you or the birthday winner for the month. So we've got Judy Smith, whose birthday is July 3rd. So that's number 1. We've got Francis Jackson, whose birthday is July 8th. Regina Connor, whose birthday is July 8th as well. Elaine Campbell, whose birthday is July 9th. Also on July 9th is Sandy Agger. Her birthday is the same day. A lot of people are saying happy birthday to the July people. Sheila Willis' birthday is July 18th. Hi, Leetta. Welcome to the chat. Brenda Foley, birthday is July 20th. Sean Hickman says hello, T and Quilter friends. Hello, Sean. Welcome. Kim Mesh, her birthday is July 24th. Leetta Bryant, birthday is also July 24th. We got a lot of doubles here. I think we got 3 doubles. Laura, no, 4. We got 4 sets of doubles. Out of 12 birthdays, we have 4 doubles. Laura Kaiser, her birthday is July 28th. Also, my birthday is July 28th. And then for July 30th, we got Lenora Baptiste in Trinidad. Her birthday is July 30th. So I've got them all here. Just fold it up. Mario being bad, talking about all the babies born in July, like lots of hanky-panky in November. So a lot of people are saying happy birthday. So happy birthday to everybody. And my shirt says queens are born in July. Since I'm a birthday baby of July, I thought I'd put on my shirt. And we're just going to pick a name here. Let me pick a name. And it is, it's Leetta Bryant. So Leetta, let me know what, like, I know I've got pink, green, blue, orange, yellow, purple. Those are the colors that I have in Patrick Loose line, but I can't remember if they're like light, mediums, and darks. I know I got some light, mediums, and darks because I used those same fabrics in my Cleopatra's fan quilt. So Leetta Bryant, you won 1 yard of fabric. Now you also have another prize that you won that I still got. So just let me know when I put your stuff aside. I'm hoping that Scrap Club will eventually happen one day soon. And if not, if it's not going to open up, I'm trying to wait for the board to meet at the church. And if they don't open up real soon, then I'll just mail your stuff to you eventually, because I don't want to keep holding on to it. And the second winner, this is the final winner. I'm going to do 2 since we had 12 people. Well, 11, not including me. Is Sheila Willis. So you also won. Sheila, you got till Saturday's live. Well, prior to Saturday's live, to tell me that you saw this video and what color fabric you want out of pink, green, yellow, purple, orange, or blue. So 1 yard of fabric to those 2 ladies. So thank you all so much. And I'll just hold on to these in the event that I don't hear from Sheila. And we'll pull another one doing Saturday live if Sheila doesn't respond. So for right now, I'll just, well, look like they're moving out of that, so we won't put them there. I'll just put them in my drawer here. So congratulations to the winner, guys. Let me see if Leetta has responded up here. Just trying to make sure I don't miss Leetta's comment. She's saying hi TNT Quilters when she came in. I did welcome her. Doris O came in, says, good evening, everyone. It is hot, hot, hot in Virginia. Happiest of birthdays to you, Miss T. Thank you, Mary. Especially our scrap queen, born in July. Hey, Kevin. Now, I will tell, hold on, let me, thinking of Kevin, I'll come back to that. Ella Odom says, happy birthday to all. She came in. A lot of people are just saying happy birthday. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing anybody's comment. I don't see it. So, Lietta, if you're still here, you need to let me know what color fabric you want. And you've also got till Saturday to let me know. I don't know if she's still here or not. So, if they don't respond by sending me your mailing address through email, then you don't get it. Because I'm paying the postage, but I don't want to go through trouble trying to find your address to send it to you. So you've got to contact me to tell me where to send your prize to. Plus, people could move and I don't know that. And so I don't want to be sending something to an old address. So that's another reason I don't send it to just automatically send out the winners. Thank you, Maddie. Did I ever finish my Churn Dash birthday quilt? No, because we have not had quilt retreats. And the reason why I just went to the one, but I had these t-shirt quilts that I needed to get done for a customer. So I put that as the priority. It's been a while. I normally go to about 3 to 4 retreats a year. And since I only went to one retreat, I had to get stuff done where I was being commissioned. I want to make that quilt. I need to lay that entire quilt out to know how I can arrange all of those blocks. And it's going to be double wide, like, let's see, like 192 inches wide or something by 96 is what I would like to plan it to be. And so I need to lay out all those blocks because they're all different sizes and all of that kind of stuff. So I have not done that, but I got that up here in one of my containers, and it is a priority, and I've got it marked. I got everything in there as far as all the blocks that I've received. I just need to lay them out to see approximately how I can fit everything together because of all the different sizes, and then I will take pictures of that, and then I can start working from photos. So I haven't had a chance to work on that. That's going to be a retreat project. I wish I had it done because I love churn dashes. So thank you for asking that. Let's see. Dora says, congratulations, lady, on your winnings. Angela says, I think she's saying I gave up on comic book boards. Folding gives me more fabric storage space. Those boards take up a lot of space, fabric, and money. And I'm the total opposite. I love my comic boards because they keep everything nice and flat. My stash has never been as neat as long as it has been as neat in all the time I've been quilting. When I fold it and I take stuff out, it will fall over, have an avalanche, and then the stuff starts unraveling. So I personally like it. It's just all a personal preference. It took me maybe 2 months to wrap most of my fabric. All of it isn't wrapped. I still got fabrics that's stored in my closet that's specialties like my batiks, African and Asian and stripes. And then my Halloween fabrics are stored in my buffet table. But other than that, I have all my fabric on boards, and I love them. That's the best thing I ever did to my stash. Rhonda says, hello, everyone. Rhonda Barlow says, hello, everyone, and happy birthday, T and July people. Thank you, Rhonda. The colors are pink, orange, green, blue, purple, and probably green. I don't know. I have to think about the green. I know I don't have red. That one I know for sure. Deborah says, I just started using the comic book boards and I love them too. Mario says, I use foam board from the dollar store. Love the looks of neat, tidy fabrics. Yes. Sue says, I'm finding that the boards give me so much more room and I can see what I actually have. T, regarding comic book boards, do you just put yardage on the comic boards? I have a lot of fat quarters, etc. Now, I know some people, they would cut the comic boards down for their fat quarters, but I just personally fold all my fat quarters the same way, and I just have them stacked in a little bookcase, and I have them doubled in there because it's just a little tiny shelf, and then I just put 2 rows because it's a bookshelf, so it would hold 2 stacks of books. So fat quarters are folded in half that last fold, so I was able to get 2 rows of fat quarters, and I got them on the shelves by color and or all my multicolored prints, but they're mostly by color, or if I got like a collection of the same type, then I've got those collections together. But I don't have them on comic boards, and that's because they fold so nice and neat and compact. I do, what I put on the comic board is yardage. I do a half yard or more. And if it's less than a half yard, or if I cut into that half yard, then I put it into my scraps containers. I have baskets. Like I've changed this one out here. You all can't see. It used to be a pink plastic thing here. And now I have the baskets. But that's what I use for all of my scraps. And they're stored by color as well. Lizette Zayas is here saying hello. All late join. Hello and welcome. You posted in the Facebook group today, but I don't understand what you're saying you did. I think you need to read your post to make sure that you're saying it correctly so we can understand what it is that you did when you were putting the binding on your quilt top. Would love to know what it is. It's just how it's written, you got the word storage, like you hooked your binding, your quilt to storage. And I know that's not what you mean, and I can't figure out what you're trying to tell us. Deborah says, I love my boards. My closet is so neat and tidy. It gave me more room on each shelf. Betsy says, what is a comic board and what does it look like? It looks like a piece of cardstock, but comic board has a side that's a little bit glossy. You can still rip it, but it kind of makes it a little bit more sturdier. They got some coating on one side, and comic book people use them because they're acid free. Us quilters are using them because they're sturdier than using cardstock. Now, if you've got a lot of like cereal boxes and things like that, you could do that. But you find when you start wrapping your fabric, you're going to need, I needed over 1,300 of them. So I'm sure I'm not the one with the most fabric that's going to win. And again, I didn't even wrap all of my fabric. And as I've been buying fabric and using fabric, I've been recycling my boards back in as well. So they do have a longer lifespan once you start using them. You don't just pitch it once your fabric is off of it. But it's just a piece of cardstock that's just heavier than normal weight cardstock and what we use in business for covers and stuff, report covers. Let me go back. And they're white. The ones I've seen have all been white. And Tiffany is welcoming everybody that's joining the live. Thank you, Tiffany. Helena says, T, have you made the African Queen blocks quilt? No, I have not, but it is on my to-do list. And the only reason I haven't made it is because in order for me to get to that fabric, I got to tear everything up to get in there. I got to move everything because it's in my closet. And I got a couple of shelving units over there. So that's why I have not made it yet. And then I'm also in the process of like pulling out other parts of my house. So I don't want to pull another thing out. See, I've even got boutiques that I put into this unit back here that actually gets stored in the closet because I'm just trying not to pull stuff from right there. I'm trying to either finish up what I'm doing that's out in this room before I start pulling anything else out. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I have not made it, but it is on my to-do list. T, did you say you have over 1,300 in used comic boards? Yep. She says, I thought I had too much at 100. I got some buying to do, laughing out loud. Yeah. And it's pretty funny because when you first start, I think even I was realistic enough to know that I needed more than one pack. They come in packages of 100. And I think the first time I ordered 100 just to make sure that it would work with my fabric because some of my fabric I buy 3 yards because I may want to use it as a border. And so I wanted to make sure that a 3-yard piece would be sturdy on the board, and it was. And so then I went back the second time, and that's when I ordered 500 boards. So to me, I'm thinking 500 is going to be plenty, right? 500 probably got me through, I'd say, 3 color changes, like because I was folding in and putting them up in color order. So I'd say it probably got me through 3 color changes, and that's about it. So I ordered quite a few, and I could have ordered more. I just ordered a couple hundred more just because I was starting to run out of my extra ones that I were using. So I just said, instead of ordering just one, I'll order a couple hundred. But I just ordered a couple hundred more. And somebody saying, how much yardage can you put on a comic board? So I put my whole entire piece. Sometimes I may have a background piece that has 6 or 7 yards. I would wrap it around the board and still it would lay nice and flat, and then I was still able to store it that way. You're not picking it up by the board, you're picking up the whole fabric piece, but the board is keeping it, so as you're wrapping it, it's keeping it consistent and flat so that it will not tumble out of a pile. And again, I know everybody has their own preference on whether they would like to do that. It does take a lot of time that you could be sewing. Like I said, it took me about 2 months. All day, every day for 2 months. That's a long time. Deborah Sims Brown says, do you use pins or clips on the fabric for the boards? I don't have the right one in here, but remember, I use pins and I use quilter's pins. And as I'm redoing them now, I'm actually going to the clam kit clips. So this is what I'm currently using. I think this is the mini one. This is the regular size. But yeah, this right here clips onto fabric pieces. So I talked about this. I had got these from the right here. So yeah, I use this now instead of pins. But I just been replacing them. I have not gone to my 1,300 or whatever that I have on my shelf. I have not gone and replaced them. But as I'm wrapping new boats and things like that, then I'm using my new system. And I just have this one in here because sometimes I wrap a boat. I'm too lazy to go to my long arm, and I might want to watch television. So I have a television behind you all. And so I can sit here and wrap some of my smaller pieces, like my 1 yard pieces, 2 yards I can get at the most. I can wrap here. Otherwise, I go to my long arm because I can lay out the whole piece, fold it in half, and then go ahead and start wrapping. It's a lot faster. How do we get on the giveaway list? My birthday isn't until April, though, so I have plenty of time, laughing out loud. You have to send me an email saying you want to be put on the Teaquilts YouTube birthday list. That's all. Working on my second 100. That's Sue. Katrina says, how much yardage can you put? I've answered that. Kim's talking to Mary. I'm going to skip it. I have anywhere from 1 to 10 yard lengths. That's Sue. Leetta says she wants purple fabric. And I'll just put it, Leetta, with your other prize that you won. Hopefully we'll meet soon. And if not, then I'll mail it. I'm trying to wait a few more weeks for Zion to have their board meeting to see if they're going to open up to the public. If they're not, then I'm going to have to start trying to find a place for us to meet. I also use plastic clips for dowel clothes, not pins. That's Sue. And the funny thing is, it just depends, I guess, on where you live. On certain days, we have humidity here in Missouri, but I don't have enough humidity in my house that, people say all of these things they, put online about rusty pins. I haven't had a pin rust that hasn't hit water. A lot of people say don't start your fabric because it'll draw bugs. I have never found a bug in any of my fabric I've unwrapped. So I don't, when people are giving all these things about don't put a pin in your fabric if it's going to be sitting for a long period of time. If your fabric got wet, then yes, the pin's going to rust. But if there's no water, my fabric doesn't get water. It doesn't get direct sunlight. I put my fabric wall on that particular wall because the sun came in at a different angle. So it doesn't get direct sunlight. So it's just weird. My pins have been fine. I redid my stash in 2015, 2016 because I was getting my long arm, so I moved everything around. And before it came, I ordered my long arm in August, but I told them not to deliver it until like January after Christmas. And so the whole time from August through December, I had time to rearrange my whole room, know what I wanted in it. And then the fabric was the last thing I did before the machine came. I just put everything in moving boxes from my old storage position, and I labeled them by color and just put them in my garage until I was ready to wrap them. And it took me 2 months straight. So it was a long task, but it was worth it. Folding in a cube, single deep works for me. Susan says, hi T and everyone, big storms here in the east. Yeah, somebody else had told us that, so you all be safe. For me, it's not because of humidity. I just don't want to get stuck. That's Sue. Yeah. So, yeah, I think organizing your fabric, no matter how you organize it, is one of the best things that you can do as far as when you're ready to start a project, you know where everything is. Me, in my old situation, once I took out a stack and then I had to put it back in, it seemed like it would never go back into that same space. Like, when you take fabric out, it's kind of like us making scrap quilts from scraps, and you look up and the scraps are still there, but you've made a bed-size quilt. I had that issue with my fabric when I was going to put it back. I couldn't get it all to fit back. And so after a time of doing that, years of doing that, eventually I got to the point where if I needed like a yard or less of fabric, say I had everything else and I was missing like a yard of orange or something, I would just go to the quilt shop and buy a yard of orange instead of going through that hassle of going through that fabric. Because it was just getting on my nerves to pull it out and knowing that when I pulled it out, it probably wasn't going to all fit back. So I think organizing I call myself organized chaos because I know where my stuff is, but it may not look pretty. But it's organized enough that I can do it. However, my fabric does look pretty. That's the one thing that I got organized that does look good is my fabric. But the rest of my stuff is organized for me. It may not be organized for anybody else, but you just have to figure out systems that work for you, and then that's what you do. I would recommend anybody, if you haven't already, to organize your stash. And you don't have to organize it by color. A lot of people organize by fabric lines because they buy fabric lines. Some people, like I do have my colors, and then I also have seasonal stuff. So I organize by seasons as well. I organize by fabric types, like batiks all together, Asians all together, African prints all together. So it just depends on how you want to organize. But that's the best thing that I could have done. She's asking, what size is my clam kilt, medium or large? I have no idea. Oh, it says large, number 60, large. And then I use the small ones, the number 20s. I've been actually using these with paper and stuff, so I can clip stuff together. Because that's what these were made for originally, was to do paper. And you do the paper, and then us fabric people go, oh, we can use that too, because when you call it a quilt anything, then the price goes up immediately. You know how that is. Damali J says some places have that high humidity is where pens may rust, like Washington, D.C., the original swamp. Angela talking about 2 months, I have no fabric. It took me a while to wrap all that fabric. Most of my room is organized, but not 100%. That's Tiffany. Yeah, and you can tell by Tiffany's videos, and when she go to get stuff, she knows where her stuff is. And that's the main thing. It's like when you're looking for a particular ruler and stuff like that, you shouldn't have to be looking for stuff that you use on a regular basis. The stuff that you don't use on a regular basis, that's a whole nother issue. It can be combined and put away. But you should be organized enough that you can work without having to look for your stuff. And even though I got a small room, I most of the time know where my stuff is. My problem is I don't put my scissors or my wood press back. I use those almost constantly the whole time I'm sewing. I just misplace them in my area. I know they're in here. It's like, where did you lay them? But yeah. Have a lot of green and blue, so better get to sewing them up. And that's another thing that I do. I look at, like in my scraps sometimes, if I can't put any more scraps in a particular drawer, then I go, okay, the next quilt's going to be this, this, and that. And that's when I made the quilt that I gave away last year. That's why I decided to use the blue and green. I could not put fabric in those bins. And so I'm like, then I've got to do something with them. And that's how that quilt happened to be those colors. Melissa says, your sewing space is admirably organized, Tiffany. Yep. Melissa says, but I think we need to see Kevin's since he remodeled. Time for another tour video, T. Kevin is still working on his video. Kevin is doing a whole lot right now, so he hasn't finalized how he wants his room set up. He's still doing some stuff. So that's going to be a while. It is on the to-do list. And Deborah talking about organizing is my game. Yeah, Deborah's pretty funny. I've been knowing her a lot of years, and she's the one person that moves their furniture in their house around more times than I can even count. And my stuff, once it gets set in place, it's kind of there forever. And Deborah moves stuff around all the time and organizing stuff. Deborah needs to have me come do her studio tour. That's what I want to do. I want to do Deborah's studio tour. Deborah's had some family issues and things going on, and then she also has a daughter who's planning a wedding. And so sometimes her room is cleaned, and then other times they're working, and so then it gets a little messed up. But I need to do Deborah's room. That's the room you all need, or her house. That's the house you all need to see. And it's not, she doesn't have like a fancy house. It's how she finds pieces. Deborah is great at finding fabric pieces that fit perfectly in what she's trying to do. And I'd say her house is more smallish compared to what you would think in larger homes, but she organizes very well and utilizes her space very well. Susan says, I tell my husband that my collections are carefully curated, and so I am not a hoarder. Laughing out loud, he agrees. That's funny. I'm to the point now where I feel like I'm a hoarder because I got too much stuff and don't have any place to put it. So that's why I'm going through some stuff, getting rid of it too. Kim says, I'm actually thinking about cutting out the pieces for my big maple leaf quilt that my late husband picked out fabric for. All bright fall colors. That's cool. Denise Soul Patch 33 says hello. Hi, Denise. Welcome. I promise to post pictures of quilts, table runner, and centerpiece. And Deborah says, thanks, T. Melissa says, looking forward to that at Deborah. Yeah. So we just got to get Deborah to let me come in there with my camera. And I always laugh when I go to Deborah's house because I call her the hostess with the mostest. She makes you feel welcome. She has all kind of goodies and stuff for you. Just, she's breaking bread from scratch, got her house smelling all good. And you almost don't want to leave. She take care of you so well. I got him harassing Deborah in the comments section. Let her in. I've been trying to get in Deborah's house for about 3 years now, okay? With my camera. I get in Deborah's house 2 or 3 times a year for our meetings. And then we're friends. So if I'm in the neighborhood or she's in the neighborhood, we stop by each other's houses. So it's not like I can't get in, but I want to get in when her room's right and when she's ready for me to record. So that's the issue. I get in her house all the time. That's pretty funny. And it was somebody else that in St. Louis that remodeled their room, and then COVID hit, and I think it also slowed down the remodel. I think it was Jane, and I want to see if I can get her to let me do her studio as well. I had quite a few people that I wanted to go do their studios, and then COVID hit, and so that whole uh, sewing studios on tour just kind of came to an immediate halt. So I'm hoping that eventually I can get back into doing that because I really do enjoy that because I want people to see all different sizes of houses. I would love to have somebody volunteer who like sews on their dining room table who doesn't even have a room. I want people, because there are a lot of people that are in that situation and don't even have a room. They have to sew on a dining room table, and then when, they have to put it up, they got a closet for their storage, things like that. I like to see all different levels of quilt studios and how people are sewing, not necessarily even having a permanent studio. It's a makeshift studio. So and Deborah says that she's now cleaning her basement and moving stuff. As soon as I get that done, we'll do. Y'all talk about studios. Mine consists of my bedroom closet, 2 dressers, and my dining table. Ain't nobody want to see that. And yes, they do, because people want to know. It's so many people that are realistic. And I realized that when I showed my studio, because a lot of people were saying, it wasn't that I was ashamed of my studio, which is it's so weird that that's what came across to people, was that I was ashamed of it. I was just letting people know that I don't have big studios like these big YouTubers do out here that show you all these fancy, nice, clean spaces like they've never been used. No marks anywhere. Everything's perfect. This is not the type of studio you're about to see. I was just letting people know that. But apparently they came across like I was feeling insecure about my space. I don't feel insecure about my space. I'm proud that I have a space because I know there are some people that don't have the space that I have. So it was just weird what some people picked up out of the video. Maybe I need to go back and watch the video. Maybe I said some things I didn't mean to say. But there's a lot of people that don't have a permanent place to sew and have to make do. So, Deborah says, no, not Southern, just my mom taught me right. Lynette Williams says, yes, prices skyrocket when you mention the word cake too. Makes me shop at Home Depot for cake tools, laughing out loud. Ain't that's and it's like that in any craft. it's like once something turns into a craft item, then it, it gets more money added onto it. Susan says, my room is the smallest bedroom with the best window, but I have migrated to most of the other rooms in the house too. Exactly. And that's kind of how I did. I have fabric everywhere but the kitchen, I would say, in the bathroom, I'd say. Which is sad. Once I do a good cleaning, I will post a picture of my mini quilting corner on T's Facebook. That'll be great too. And it just shows people that, realistic, this is what realistic people have. Everybody are not fortunate, depending on where you live. You can't afford a 2-story house with 15 feet rooms that you can just take and convert into a sewing studio. You're using what you have. Lisa Peg is here, says, hey, Miss T and T Quilters. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. Alyssa says, I'm thinking about moving Jan, my machine, onto our bedroom dresser because I don't like being in the basement. Being in the basement keeps me from sewing. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like I like a lot of bright lights, so I don't know. I would have to like have new lights put in or something. I got cam lights in my basement, but I have to definitely add some other type of lighting too, because they don't, they're too far apart. It's like the older style cam lights. They work, they're fine, they look good, but if I was doing it, I would update it. Stephanie says, I finally have a space. I turned our carport into my studio. That means I have to be diligent to spray for bugs. Yes. Kevin says, keep all your eggs in one basket, Tiffy Pooh. Janet says, I feel bad after seeing quilters with studio space. Mine's is a room I have taken over, stuff all over. No, nobody shouldn't feel bad about what you have. Be grateful for what you have. I'm always grateful for what I have, even if I feel like it's not enough in the end. It's better than what some people have or not having any space at all. So even if I at one point I was sewing in my living room, I had my table under the main window, my sewing cabinet, and it was one of those fold out things. I had to put it up when I got through, and my storage was actually in the basement. I was in an apartment, and my storage was in a basement inside of one of the, they had a little storage area that was kind of padlocked. And that's where I had all of my stuff. That's, you got to do what you got to do. I agree with T, Kim. Just making do and getting it done is inspirational too. Yes. So, yeah, I have sold in even smaller spaces than this. So, when I moved to this house, I was like, oh, I got plenty of room. And then it took probably 10 years. And I'm like, okay, I have no room. Betsy says, I acquired an old empty sewing cabinet over the weekend. So I've had to move things around in my room to fit it in. I also moved my work computers down in that same room. It's a hot mess, but it's my mess. Oh my gosh, so you had to move out. Oh my goodness. Katrina says, I posted pictures of Shari's fabric only in the sewing room on the Facebook group. Quilt Gal says, I have a 750 square feet room for my basement, but I guess what? I'm all over the house. Yes. And this room here is a 10 by 10. So I've got a big shelf here that you all are on, and then baskets that covers my closet, my storage baskets. I have a row of them that covers that. And so that's what's over there. And then over here, I've got this big computer desk that's an L. And then I've got about 2 feet in between. That's it. This room is very tiny. But I wanted to be able to have 2 machines out so that I could, and I wanted them both close because I wanted to machine embroider and then regular sew while something was over there machine embroidering. So, yay. Make do. My closet holds all of my clothes, the bedding, and quilt supplies. It would terrify people, but I know where stuff is, and that's what counts. Never feel bad for what you have. As quilters, we are here to celebrate whatever we have, and that's exactly the truth. Thank you, Stephanie. And Kim says, that quilt girl, that's the size of my apartment. And I even sold, when I lived in a one-bedroom kitchenette, that place was tiny. It had a kitchen and living area on one side, bedroom and bathroom on the other half. And I still made space for me to sew. It had a nice walk-in closet, and so I put my machine in the closet because I didn't have, at that time, I was younger, I didn't have as many clothes. So, but yeah, you make do. You figure out how you're going to sew if you like to sew. Miss Marty took over my sewing room, so I'm in the dining room. Now she wants to do her diamond painting in the dark green room, I'm thinking she's trying to say, or the deep green room. I don't know what that is. Dining room. Okay, in the dining room. Nope. I don't know if I'd be painting and stuff like that or on a regular basis. I know you can cover stuff, but I don't know if I'd want to paint on a regular basis in my dining room. I did do some dyeing once on my table. I had everything covered, and it was like I was a nervous wreck the whole time I was had that dye. So I think in the future, I got one pack of dye, and I need to do it, but I don't know why, because the fabric I dyed before, I never even used it, because it's like, oh, I don't know what if got to use it in the right project. You know how we get when we have fabric we think is pretty, or we like it, or we worked hard for. We don't want to use it, but need to start using stuff. My sewing room is my 10 by 12 laundry room. Got to do what you got to do. So yeah. So we're almost at an hour without even having an agenda. Can you believe that? And now that I think about it, I hear the lawnmower behind me. My husband must be out there cutting the grass. Emily is here. Hello. I came over because Tiffany mentioned you. Hi, Emily. Welcome. And thank you, Tiffany. Yeah, we're almost over. We do an hour on Tuesdays. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go back to Wednesday. I'm trying to work with the guy that's doing line dancing. But also then another line dancing opportunity that's come, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do. So I got like a couple more days to decide what am I going to do. So right now I'm on Tuesdays, maybe on Wednesday again. And I do plan to be here Saturday for sewing chat while I will be working on my project. I don't know if I'll be still working on this, probably, because I'm long arming. Right now I'm in a long arming mood. I haven't long arm quilted in a while. Some things are a little bit different with my long arm machine as well, I want to talk about, but I'm still waiting on that. And yeah, so I'm in a long arm quilting mood. I'm also reorganizing all of my files because I'm finding that I organized them as best I could when I put them on there because I kind of knew how I wanted them, but I'm finding that I want them organized just a little bit better. And so I'm also in the process of reorganizing all of my designs that are on my long arm from my automated system. And I got a lot because I bought stuff in batches to get discounts. And so I got to like go through. Some of them could be blocks. Some of them could be, they consider borders to be different than edge to edge. And then you got some that would be good in sashings and stuff like that. So I need to like pull out stuff a little bit more concrete into those categories instead of just saying that it's like a panto or something like that. So that's kind of where I'm at. Let me go back and make sure people are welcoming Emily. You all are so sweet. Thank you so much. Whatever day you choose, we will follow. It's like I feel like this is weird because today I've got 90 people And then like last Tuesday, it seems like it's like fluctuates on how many people can make it on Tuesday. And I just felt like more people made it on Wednesday. So that was one of the reasons why I was thinking about going back to Wednesday. But also I was trying to work with the guy that I was trying to help. Um, just talking about that just a little bit. I'm not going to go into it a whole lot. I'm trying to promote line dance and exercise in the city, which is where I'm teaching line dance class. But a lot of people are not showing up. Sometimes I have 10 people and sometimes I have 4 people, and I'm trying to help this guy build his business. But also, I have a business and I have things that I'm doing. And so if people are not going to do it, I'm trying to give people time to get hooked on, coming out to the classes and stuff like that. But if we can't get a substantial group to start coming, then I'm going to end up not doing that. And I hate to I hate to do that, but my time is more valuable than that. On the flip side, it also makes me exercise. So I am getting some benefit from it personally myself. But I did love my Wednesday nights, and I'm just trying to help a friend out with his business, and I do agree with his business and what he's trying to do, and just sometimes we've got to help each other when people are just getting started, and that's kind of where I'm at with that, and that's why I just want to go back to Wednesday. Tuesday seems to come really fast from Saturday, and sometimes I don't have a lot to report on Tuesday. Whereas if I had a whole nother day, then I can report a little bit more. Also, it kind of messed up the days that I go to the check my P.O. box, because I would check my P.O. box on Wednesday, which is like midweek. And so now today I had my husband go check it just to make sure nothing was there. But, it just Tuesday just comes so fast for me. So. Mary says, T, since I've been out of touch, but it was uh, one of my axes just needed to have the belt tightened, but they didn't know it was that simple. When I ended up sending back my whole box, which I had to mail it back, and then they had to mail it back to me after they made some adjustments. They did make some adjustments to my box, they said. And so they sent my box back. It did come back with a dent, and I don't know if they put the dent in it or if the postal people put a dent in it, but I didn't even worry about that long as the box was working. And then I had to end up learning how to adjust my long arm, and all of this took over a span of 2 months, because this started in February, and I think I didn't get back stitching until in April sometime, and I can't remember what date in April. So my machine was down almost 2 months, and I don't sew in the month of January. That's my off month. I take the 2 weeks before Christmas, and then the month of January I don't do any long arm quilting for people. I would do some for me if I wanted some, but I do a lot of piecing, and I can start working on projects that I want to do in January. So I tend not to long arm for 6 weeks. But yeah, we got everything up and running. The company I work with was very good to me. The company I bought my machine from, not so much. Okay, that I bought, not my machine, that I bought the computerization from, not so much. And I guess I'll take a few minutes and we'll talk about this too, because I meant to talk about this before. I'm not going to say any names. You all can figure it out. A lot of people in Missouri know who I bought my machine from. Not my machine, my computerization of my machine. I have been a YouTuber for many years now, and apparently I bought my machine and I stepped on some toes because I started doing Quilt Easy videos. And when I bought my system, I had even told the company that was my intent, was to purchase this software and show people me learning it as I was going along, and to make videos with it. And I wanted to do a fair rating before I recommend to somebody whether you can use this software or not. And to me, Quilt Easy was very easy for me to learn. My system got installed last January. And on the day of training, I had my nephew. He was here. They were having some difficulties installing the stuff onto my gamel. And so she had started doing like initial training. And then I had to quit and go get my nephew. I'd say about a half hour in, I had to go get my nephew from school. And came back. And I got maybe another 10 minutes because I had already told her that I had already read everything about the system. I had looked at Quilt Easy's videos. And although they kind of went around the way doing some things, I figured that I'm pretty computer literate, that I could figure this stuff out, just put on a practice piece. And I had even told her that. Well, apparently the little 40 minutes to an hour of training that I got was apparently copyrighted training or something that I was told. And so, yeah, I was told because of that I wouldn't receive any further services from that company. I'm just letting you all know what happened to me. And I was even told to keep their name out of my mouth, but I can tell you about the experiences that happened to me. You can't tell me what to talk about and not talk about. So, yeah. So I kind of am distanced from the company that I actually bought my software from, which was recommended to me by Quilt Easy. However, Quilt Easy is a great company to get your stuff from because they stepped right in when I informed them of the situation that I was in. And so they worked on my stuff, got my stuff ready, sent it back to me free of charge, worked on it free of charge. And I had just passed the 1 year anniversary of having it when that went down. And the only thing that was wrong, it wasn't even my box in the end. It was just that I needed to tighten the y-axis. I needed to tighten my y-axis. But they did find some stuff in my box that needed to be changed, and they went ahead and repaired everything that needed to be repaired. Apparently there's fuses or something inside the box and things can go bad in there. So some stuff has started going bad that they did replace. So the whole time they worked with me, very patient, very getting back to me. You know, it wasn't like I didn't know what the status was. I knew the status the entire time going in. They were on the phone with me before I even sent my box. Probably had spent about 3-4 hours with me on the phone having me do things. They even had my husband like adjusting the table and everything. We were doing all kinds of things. So to me, I love working with Quilt Easy. I feel like they're a great company. So let me go down here. I don't know where I left off. I get to talking and then just go off topic, don't I? Jean says that her birthday was the 3rd. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. Susan says going to buy fabric is an exercise. My brother left. I know he's long gone by now. So good night, sir. Judy says, yes, it's summertime and people might be on vacation. Yeah, I do understand that. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Is it birthday month? Yep. It's on the 1st. I normally was doing them on Wednesdays when I was live, but the first live on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever date I'm doing them on, that's when I do birthday shout outs for anybody. If you want me to shout out your birthday and you haven't already, if you told it to me last year, I still got you on the list. But if you send me an email to teaquilts@teaquilts.com, then I will add you to the birthday shout out list. T, if you don't mind saying, what age did you start sewing? I started sewing at age 21. I wanted to start when I was 5 years old, but I had my great aunt in the South, and you just don't go. A child stayed in their place in the South, especially if you didn't live there and didn't know them. But I used to watch a great aunt sew, but she never taught me, which I was really sad that she wasn't able to. But she passed before she could teach me how to sew. Patricia Watts says, hello, everyone from Los Angeles, California. Hey. And Mary says, my gosh, well, I'm glad it's fixed. Yeah. Went into what's wrong with my machine to the issues that I'm having. I booked a small trip in August Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Yes. Good for you. Is it in the States? uh, let's see if Mario says, we're going to a small resort west of Quebec City. Okay. I was just checking. Mario's also reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Robin Boyd just popped in saying hello, everyone. Sheila Willis says, good evening, T and T Quilters. I guess I'll go ahead and tell you, Sheila, since you in here, you won a birthday gift, but you need to email me your mailing address and a color of fabric that you would like between pink, orange, green, purple, yellow, blue. No red. I don't have red. June Hansen says, bye, everyone. Goodbye, June. Just trying to make sure I get down to the things. Tiffany is giving you birthdays to Teaquilts at teaquilts.com. You just got to take the space out of that. They won't let you put an actual email address in the chat. Thank you, Tiffany. Remo says, hello, everyone, and miss all of you. Dad has been scheduled to have another surgery. Oh, my gosh. I was hoping he didn't have to do that. But you'll keep us up to date. We got a Zoom meeting this week coming up on the 11th on Sunday. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You have to figure it out for yourself in the other time zones. Eric Oda is the host on that. We're hoping that more people come in. I don't know if it's like a summer thing, but the last 3 Zooms have only had like less than 9 people in them. So if we don't get more people in them, that's something that we may consider stopping. So if you're really interested in the Zoom chats, please come in. Let us know something. So we know whether or not we should continue to have those or not, okay? You're keeping all of that red. I don't have the Patrick Loose line. I don't know if it didn't come in red, but when I ordered it, they didn't have red in stock, so I don't have red. I got pink. I know I got like a light pink and a darker pink, and then I know I got like a lighter purple and a dark purple, a light blue and a dark blue. I don't remember red because I didn't have red in that Cleopatra quote, and I pulled all of those. I had red, but I think I pulled red out of my stash, and I didn't have a whole lot of those fabrics that I pulled. They weren't Patrick Loose, so I don't think I have red. Lisa Peck saying, happy birthday to everyone. Thank you for the reminder. Happy birthday to everybody again. Anyone shopping on AccuQuilt, buy one, get one 50% off. That's Ella Odom asking. If you're shopping, use my link in the descriptions. Anytime you order from AccuQuilt, please use my links. Appreciate it. He did one on the 4th, and there was only 3, including Eric. That's Deborah. You talking about last month, I'm assuming. Or did he do one on the 4th of July? I don't know. I know I wasn't in there. I was with family at that on the 4th of July. Well, no, I came back home. I was just sewing. I came home and started sewing once I came home. Yeah, I can't remember what the line is because I don't keep up with it like that because I didn't even know he had that line out until I bought it. I bought like boats of it at the same time, and it was just shipped to me. T, I'm getting static. Might have been when I touched up here somewhere. Might have hit my mic. Sorry about that. Damali is also saying happy birthday everybody in July. Eric, what time zone are you in? I am so used to Eastern time, and Sunday I will be in Cali. I think you need to take from the Eastern. Oh, she said Eastern or Central? Eastern. I think 3 hours for you. A difference of 3 hours. So it'll be daylight outside. If you have a Zoom call, don't you need a code or something to join in? All of that is posted inside of the Facebook group. It's a Teaquilts Facebook group. Please go join the group. We link all of that information over there. And I do that, or we try to do that because we're trying to keep spammers from getting into stuff like that. So you've got to be a member of the Facebook group. Eric sometimes will come in here and post it in here. I don't have the information to post it in here. uh, Patrick Lose, he came out with fabric. He's the one that made the marble fabric. He was the first person that came out with a tone on tone that wasn't just a solid fabric. And it was it's like if it's a blue, say if it's a royal blue, it like has just little spots of color that are navy in it. So it's not like a high contrast tone on tone, but he was the first person that came out with the tone on tone that wasn't just a solid fabric. And he's been quilting for a long time. He's just, I don't know why he isn't like as popular. Maybe because of some of his designs are more like childlike to me, and they're not something that I would do a lot of his patterns. But his fabric, I always love the marbles. T, I like your shirt. What does it say? It says queens are born in July. That's all. I think she's talking about last month or something. I don't know. Memorize of a Longworm Quilter says yes, and he is excellent in applique. Patrick Lowe's, yes, and that's what he does. And at the time too, I think I had just started quilting, so I wasn't like gun ho on applique. And then a lot of his stuff is more childish to me. I'm not gonna say that it's childish, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. I don't too much care for his patterns. I do love his fabrics though, and his thought process and stuff like that. I think he just decided to do it. I gave them a tour of my hanging quilts all over my house. Oh, okay. So that was Deborah. I think they did go live. I didn't know anything about it. I want one October. Oh, she's saying she wants a shirt saying October. Yes, ma'am. I don't know who manufactures his fabric, Melissa. Mario says I Google Patrick Lowe's and it's beautiful stuff. Yes. Um, so that's gonna be it, guys. I did an extra 16 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and end here. And look like Diana saying that she's on the 5th, her birthday. Happy belated birthday to you. So we're gonna go ahead and end here. We will come back and see you all on Saturday for live sewing chat. I had a video that I had. It takes me a while to spool all of my segments of videotaping together, and then it spooled and then it just conked out. So I'm trying to respool that again. So maybe I'll start editing another video. I tried. So we'll get back to that. I see some people are trying to join the Facebook group. I'll handle that later as well. But I'm going to go and start quilting on this hockey quilt so I can keep going while I got the quilting momentum high. Because I do want to finish my quilt as well, but I told myself I couldn't put my quilt on until I got these t-shirt quilts done. So I'll see you all Saturday night, guys, for the sewing chat. Bring your projects. Let me know what you're working on. You all stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out, everybody.